What's happening? What's happening? Early in the morning. Back at it. Back at it in the dark. Because the funny thing is, at this time, at this exact time, at a different time of the year, it'd be daylight like a mug right now. When I left my house, it would have been daylight. So that savings time, I don't really understand that shit. That shit don't help me anything at all. It seems like it just to me, it make it worse. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, shit, what would it look like without that then? If that's the case. But nevertheless, I'm here and still pushing. Just, yeah, man, I might put a little more effort into my channels. We'll see. Things are worth being said anyway, however small it get out to, as I'm noticing. Like, well, it's part of my fear. I ain't gonna lie. How could it not be? But it's the truth too. They don't want certain messages out, man. They locking people up. They banning them off of social media. Closing their accounts. It's high profile people for sure. But think about the ones that ain't high profile or, below them, not the major ones. Man, they suppressing me. You know what I'm saying? Not like I would be so much larger. And then again, maybe I would. But, it would be more than what it is if they wasn't suppressing it. It's just too much. I already know. For the most part, almost everything I'm talking about is like, it breaks the rules. It goes against the rules. You can't talk about having good health and preventative medicine and, natural way of living and healing yourself and mental and, how unnecessary and potentially harmful that doctors and psychiatrists and a lot of things that's in the mainstream is really like garbage, It's what it is in reality. And we sold on it, including the venom that they pushing and promoting, and people suddenly dying all over the place from. But I would say that it does make you wonder. I mean, I'm grateful for whatever it's worth, because most people I'm not even talking to anyway. Most people, all people, almost all my people. I don't mean like I ain't speaking to them. I'll speak to them if I see them or whatever, but like there's no communication. Most of my people. Because of the same thing though, in a lot of ways, because most people is on that page. That's the page they on. They're on the standard American diet, standard medicine, standard way of healing, which is no healing, especially mentally. Talking about black people, please, Anyway, like, we don't really go for that. But the thing is, I ain't trying to be ignorant. Trying to be, the goal is to heal and do what that's work. More complicated, I'm explaining here, there's effort, there's work, there's putting forth effort, there's pain, dealing with things, facing things that you don't want to face in your life. So you can, but it's best not to avoid it, is to face it and deal with it. Like, what other purpose are we here? Just to be going through these motions, watching this, watching that, doing this, doing that, essentially being a slave. In one way or another way, or many ways, if you think about it, it's like an independent slave. And the minute you don't want to be a slave, well, maybe not the minute, but you know, you can hit under the bridge. You ain't no opting out. There is no option to opt out of this shit. Well, you know. And it's all a solo endeavor. You can be around people, whatever, but all that shit, end of the day, shit's on you, as I keep saying. And yeah, so a couple of reasons. I could keep putting them out every day, but man, shit been so hectic around me. As I said a couple of videos ago, I've really been, I am doing my best to be calm, and I'm calming down, remaining calm, calming down, all of that good stuff. Because, man, it's just ridiculous. Like, you know, when it rains or pours, people putting their spells, working them, I could see giving up, falling apart. Somebody would be giving up, falling apart in similar situation. It was just, you know, like, but you got to keep pushing. It can get better. You got to, you know, man, I had to fill out so much paperwork. Had people trash my, both the rooms. I got 2 rooms on the app, on the Airbnb. And both of them, one more trash than the other one, and trashed the bathroom in a way, you know, like, man, dirt bags, you know, how you live like that. Cause man, you know, I know, like, I've been on my pillows and sheets and stuff. Man, I had that shit for years. It's not white as the gas stuff is, but you know, man, it's very light, and it ain't stained up like that. You know, like how you be so dirty and nasty. It's beyond me. But you know, we know there's people that's hoarders, and there's all kind of levels of being a hoarder, being a dirtbag. There's so many levels to it, and practice gets you real good at doing the thing that you're doing. You know, it makes it automatic. You don't have to think about throwing your trash down or, you know, just being trashy. You're gonna do that. You have to think about messing over people. That's just what you're gonna do, because that's what you do. You're gonna use the ironing board and never think about returning it. You're gonna take shit without asking. You're gonna dirty and tear shit up, use an ironing board for a table, eating sandwiches on it and shit. Like I say, in some world, I guess I could see me being that way, you know, in my days of youth, just doing a lot of stupid shit. But I don't think I was that bad. But then again, that's what I think. Fuck, we was putting ice in drawers and ice and beers and drawers and shit, fucking up stuff on certain levels. So, and when you're doing that like that, man, you ain't caring. You ain't even looking at it or thinking about it like that. So, in my days of not giving a fuck, and then you gonna blame the person that's following the rules and doing what they're supposed to do. They the asshole. They this motherfucker. They ought to not be doing this to me. Why this? Why, you know, you bringing this shit on your own self. Yeah, so, in a line of handling business, man, it's very difficult because there's so many things to do to get your money. You get your money if you handle that business, take the pictures, do the documentation, pay the people, or do it yourself, write up your invoices, whatever. It could be a long, complicated, tedious fucking process, you know? And it's just a lot. It was really a lot. Every little thing got to be detailed enough. And that's just that. Like like you do it, you get it, you don't. So how, you know, like, it's frustrating. And like, you know, everybody most likely have other shit to do. You just got that to do, or even you don't want to do nothing. You want to relax. You want to be filling out like long ass paperwork, dates, times, pictures of shitty looking shit, of dirt. Taking pictures of dirt, holding things open in a certain way so you can see all the dirt. Nobody wants to do that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we have to. So yeah, it's kind of two things in one thing. It's about the trials and tribulations of being in business for yourself. As anybody, as a black man, as any man, or woman, I suppose. You know, how that shit is. How they make it. And why we train to not want to do all that. Now, anybody got time for that. Just go to work, punch your clock, get your check, do the work you hate. Don't strive for nothing extra, you know. Stay in your lane. This is what we do. This is the way. Come on, man. It's got to be a little better than that, I would hope. So that, and just talking about why I knocked it down a notch, you know, because they banned the shit. And I'm going to get it together. I'm going to put a little more posts. My nose running now. I got to get off. I'm out. Peace.